there are many, many timelines in front of us as we move into 2012 regarding the shift, and all these realities exist. There is indeed a cataclysmic future for this planet that has played out many, many times, and it's happened if you look at it from the higher reality. There is also a wonderful, blissful future that is very much a utopia, really, created by us, where there's much unity and love and sharing. Both these realities exist, and because many of us have kind of, if you want to look at it from that way, come back from a future timeline, some of us have come back from timelines where this cataclysmic future has played out. This is quite a simple way of putting the higher reality, but it's a good metaphor for us to understand. So those people are remembering these cataclysmic events. On another level, these cataclysmic memories, these kind of feelings of this negative future, is there to trigger us to do something. That's what these memories are there for. That's what these triggered doom and gloom events, volcanoes, earthquakes, wars, it's all there to wake us up. Then when we're awake, we can think, right, what can we do about this? So those people that are teaching this negative timeline, they're not falsely telling us about something that doesn't exist. They're not bringing us disinformation or misinformation. They're telling us what they truly see. That does not mean it's going to manifest. There is more than one future. If you go to a tarot card reader, she will read your tarot cards and she'll tell you your future. But is she going to tell you that that doesn't mean that future is going to manifest? She's seeing the most probable future in front of you. That does not mean it is going to actually come to pass. That is up to the person who's living the life. We are collectively living the life of Earth. And if there are timelines out there where there are cataclysmic futures, that does not mean that that is going to manifest. What is going to manifest is what we choose. But some of the people that are delivering this message are not fully aware of that higher reality. They don't fully understand that we can choose, or some of them do, but they still feel they need to teach us the negative timeline that they've seen. It's also good to research every angle. The truth seeker that wants to know about 2012 and what's happening is well advised to look at those who teach about the darker timelines and to look at those who teach the timelines of bliss and light. And then that person can make up their own mind. So everyone is doing a job, putting forward these pieces of the jigsaw at the end of the day. So we must acknowledge them for their work, regardless of what kind of future they're telling us we're going to experience. We acknowledge them for their work as a teacher and a way shower at this very important time in our evolution.
Well, I just wanted to say again what you just said, that some of the Geisha came as part of teachings from some incredible way showers, and much of what they have to say I really do resonate with incredibly, and some very beautiful work is being done, and nothing is to be taken away from that. But I know for myself, I mean, you know this feeling, both of you, Jivanda and Magenta. I mean, I have 8 grandchildren. There's no way I can run to the mountain with my 8 grandchildren. That's just not happening. Many people can't go to 600 feet above sea level. I'm at 50 feet above sea level. And so when you're talking about these prophecies and saying, well, if you don't do this, you're going to die. Of course, people are going to be frightened. And exactly what I'm saying is we haven't decided what's going to happen yet. So how can somebody be telling me that that is going to happen, or it's very likely to? It's a general thing. It's what many people saying. We've all heard people saying that it's all going to be doom and gloom, and there is this prophecy of almost the end of the world, and out of that, granted, will come this fabulous utopia. But even so, I believe that that in itself, those prophecies are actually instilling fear.
I know that the 9 have spoken to me before about one of the things that many of the those that are kind of linked in and picking up messages from the higher self aspect, and many of them are getting this go to high ground, And they're interpreting that as, get up a mountain, get up the top of the mountain. That must mean that there's going to be a huge avalanche or a flood. So if you're above sea level, you'll be fine. Now, what the 9 would show me is how I would interpret that message, and how they best guide me to interpret that message is, yes, indeed, get to high ground. Now, is that to be interpreted by the conduit as a mountain? Or is this to be interpreted as, raise the high ground within you, stand upon the inner mountain, raise the vibration? That's where your high ground is. The high ground, the mountain, is your vibration, and this can be done wherever you are. The safe zones are within you. The safe zones are your frequency. That is where the high ground is. And this avalanche or this flood is a flood of energy. That's not, I have never perceived this as a huge flood of water. It may be that this does manifest as actual floods of water in certain places, but this isn't going to be a cataclysmic wiping out of the planet. I have to say categorically that is not what I have ever been given from the 9, ever. The beings of light have spent so much and invested so much in our evolution, in our DNA, in our intelligence. Why then would they stand back and allow this planet to be wiped out? That is not what I have ever been told from my guides, and I trust them, and there's no way that I'm going to pack up my family and go climbing up a mountain. But what I will do, and what I will continue to teach, is for others to raise their vibration. That is where your safety is, because when your vibration is raised, it will be in tune with this coming energy flow. And when we're balancing together, we move into this dimensional shift. It's really difficult for us to understand in a third density understanding. So this is why some of these messages are coming through, and they are not being interpreted perhaps in the best way that they could be. I do remember listening to somebody who was saying that, you know, there are reptilian lizards out there, and what they want is to eat us. And she actually had visions of these reptilian lizards eating our human brains, and she's teaching this. And she's got lots and lots and lots of followers. And I remember asking the 9, I mean, talk about fear. And yes, there's truth in this. What that means is that there are those darker entities that may potentially have what we might perceive as a reptilian link. That doesn't mean that all the reptilians are dark. There is a reptilian link in their bloodline. They feed off our energy when it is in a state of fear or in a state of hatred or anger. They feed off lower vibrations because that's where they are called to. In the higher reality, we chose that. We chose to have that darker reality. We chose to have those entities as a polarity to us so that we could learn. So there's always a response to this. There's always it's not really an answer, but there's always a response to these things. These people are doing the best they can. They're teaching what they believe to be true. And they're saying, hey, guess what, everyone? You know, there's reptilians out there. They're going to kill us all. The planet's going to blow up. They're trying to help. But from where I'm coming from and from what I am being told from my guides, we must embrace these individuals in our reality and listen to their teachings. It is unfortunate that, you know, fear is being spread, but we who see the bigger picture are here to counteract that fear that's being spread. For we are here to spread truth and joy, and it really is up to the individual researcher as to what they believe.